Finally, another football game has emerged. Rematch. A new five-a-side street football style game, which as I'm writing this has just surpassed 5 million unique players just 1 month in. This game is somehow from the developer Slowcat, the most recently made single-player Kung Fu brawler Sifu, and have never made a competitive sports game ever, because they normally excel in design and melee combat for both of their previous games, which makes it all the more surprising that Rematch is somehow really fun and addictive. I really just wasn't expecting such a surprisingly fun, competitive online football game to come out of a company that exclusively develops melee combat focused games. This game is completely out of their normal comfort zone, which is probably what helps bring the game so much of its uniqueness, which is really helping it to compete with the bigger games like FIFA. Instead of being played from a normal television style camera that most sports games use, and basically every other football game uses, you have full control over the third person camera, which almost makes it feel like it plays closer to Rocket League rather than something like FIFA, because you only control a single player on the pitch rather than the whole team. But compared to Rocket League, because you're controlling a normal human being rather than this high speed wall driving car with a rocket attached to the back end, it's a lot easier to actually control your character, and you have much finer control over the movements. It really feels like it's giving the game a lower skill floor and higher skill ceiling than Rocket League, when you consider all of the different movement styles and dribbling you can do. Considering how massive of an esport Rocket League has become over the years, it really wouldn't surprise me if Rematch started to put up its own competitive scene. Because of how competitive this game is, even in the pointless quick matches where you can't actually win anything or get any ranks, this game has really started making me get really toxic. While the game sadly doesn't have any free text chat, and I haven't heard anyone speaking in voice chat yet, you are given 4 different reactions bound to the D-pad. There's thanks, good job, sorry, and we got this. But still, as human nature dictates, when there is communication, people will be toxic. So unsurprisingly, the good job quote has been used sarcastically just to piss off your teammates. There's nothing more annoying than fucking up and hearing. But then, on the other side of the coin, it's just so frustrating when you have truly awful teammates. You know, the kind that couldn't even score in a brothel. Like, I don't even know what to say to this. Because it's so easy to keep control of the ball and do skills in Rematch, you also come across so many teammates who will just never pass the ball for any reason. They'd rather dribble it back into their own goal than pass to another player and keep possession. And that is the reason why I'm in Bronze 3 and ranked. It's all because of my awful teammates. But at least playing down there has given me time to realise how to actually shoot properly. For some reason in Rematch, the trick is to hit the wall directly above the goal, and then either you or a teammate in the middle just hit it in off the rebound. The meta is literally just scoring rebounds. Most of the time the keeper will try and dive and catch the first shot, then they're out of position and panicking for the second, which is probably going to come from a worse position than the first for them. But then again, this might just work because lots of people just have absolutely no clue how to play in goal properly, or will just run out of goal as soon as they're placed there. Which is weird because even though you're probably not going to score from goal, most of the time keeping in this game is actually also quite fun. Because of the fast-paced, small team games on smaller pitches, the keeper is usually pretty consistently involved, constantly has pressure on whether to come out and sweep or stay in goal. Which is always an important decision, because the sweeper keeper has unlimited stamina as long as they are in that position, so is technically the best player on the pitch. The only real complaint that I have with this game is the monetization of it. It's a £20 game, which I obviously didn't pay for because it's on Game Pass, but also has a multiple stage battle pass and 3 nebulous and confusing currencies, which I have no clue how you actually earn and what you even spend them on. Except for the gold one, that is. That's the one that's obviously costing real money, because it gets you the best customization items, like letting you play as real footballers like Ronaldinho. With a monetization system like this, I would have just preferred they leaned more into it and actually made it into a free-to-play game, like Rocket League has now done. I mean, I wouldn't have tried the game had it not been on Game Pass, so going free-to-play could just serve to get more players in, make it an even bigger success than it already is. Either way, I'm glad that Rematch has become a success as big as it is, because it now pushes EA to do something about the FIFA/EAFC series, and actually might force them to make a concerted effort to improve the game and do something new after the flop of FC25. I'm going to continue to play Rematch and have no interest whatsoever in whatever EA is doing right now. If you like this video, like it and subscribe. I also want to start streaming a bit of Rematch, so have a look at my Twitch in the description if you're interested in that.